15 actresses who fell in love with their director. A Hollywood actress falling in love with her director. It's a narrative as popular as Boy Meets Girl. Despite the fact that working on a movie is an arduous task with ridiculously long hours, there is something intoxicating about on-set romances. A few of these hookups developed into scandalous Hollywood romances. Marriages were destroyed and families broken up. In fact, Robert Rodriguez had 5 children before he fell in love with actress Rose McGowan on the set of Planet Terror in 2007. Hollywood sweetheart Ingrid Bergman was forced to live abroad and denounced by the Catholic Church after her romance with Roberto Rossellini became public. But not all of these relationships started in scandal. In fact, there are a few that have even stood the test of time. Read on to learn more about these 15 behind-the-scenes Hollywood romance tales of directors and their respective female leads. Jennifer Lawrence and Darren Aronofsky. Jennifer Lawrence and Darren Aronofsky fell in love on the set of Mother. The pair even introduced themselves as a couple at the Venice Film Festival in 2017. There is a 21-year age difference between the two, but the age gap is not reportedly an issue for the couple. Lawrence's mother, co-star Javier Bardem, thinks it's the couple's creativeness that drew them together. Unfortunately, reviews and box office numbers for Mother have been extremely underwhelming, especially considering that Lawrence is an Oscar-winning actress and Aronofsky is one of the most renowned directors working in cinema today. In fact, Mother recently received an F from CinemaScore. It's one of only 19 films to have ever received such a low grade. Kristen Stewart and Rupert Sanders. In July 2012, Stewart, who was 22 at the time, and Sanders, the 41-year-old married father of 2, were spotted kissing in Los Angeles not long after working together on Snow White and the Huntsman. The photos were published in Us Weekly and a major scandal erupted. Sanders was married to model, actress Liberty Ross, and Stewart was living with then boyfriend Robert Pattinson. Both were extremely apologetic after getting busted. However, neither of the public apologies were apparently enough, as Pattinson and Stewart eventually broke up, and Rupert's wife Liberty filed for divorce. Helena Bonham Carter and Tim Burton. These two eccentric types started dating while Burton was directing Carter in Planet of the Apes in 2001. Sadly, the couple announced their separation in 2014 after being together for 13 years. They have worked together in 6 movies and have 2 children. Carter spoke about the couple's separation 10 months after their breakup. Frances McDormand and Joel Coen. McDormand and Coen's relationship is one of the few on-set success stories. The two fell for each other while filming the Coen brothers' directorial feature film Baby Blood Simple. They were married that year and adopted a son together. McDormand has appeared in several Coen brothers movies since, including Fargo, in which earned her an Academy Award in the Best Actress category. Joel and his brother Ethan also won the Best Original Screenplay Oscar for the offbeat neo-noir. Milla Jovovich and Paul W. S. Anderson. Paul W. S. Anderson and Milla Jovovich met while working on the first Resident Evil movie in 2002. The couple married in 2009 and have 2 children together. The romance first sparked when Anderson was going over rewrites with Jovovich for her character Alice. Apparently, Jovovich was unhappy that a lot of the action scenes were being taken away from her character and getting shipped over to Michelle Rodriguez's character, Rain. The Ukrainian-born beauty did not shy away from telling the writer-director exactly how she felt. That was how they started their relationship. Ingrid Bergman and Roberto Rossellini. The Swedish actress and the revered Italian neorealism director were involved in one of the first major cinematic scandals. In the 1940s, Ingrid Bergman was one of the most popular actresses in Hollywood, appearing in hit films like Casablanca and Notorious. She was also married to a doctor and had a young daughter. She traveled overseas to appear in Roberto Rossellini's film Stromboli, and the couple embarked on a love affair. Rossellini was also married at the time. After the affair became public, the actress's image took a major hit. She was also denounced by the Catholic Church and the U.S. Senate. The heat from the scandal was so intense that Bergman had to live in Europe. Bergman divorced her husband in order to marry Roberto. They had twin girls, Isabella and Isida. However, the couple divorced in 1957. Isabella Rossellini and David Lynch. These two fell for each other back in 1985 when Rossellini starred in Lynch's surreal neo-noir Blue Velvet. It might appear to be an odd match, a beautiful Lincoln model, aspiring actress and an oddball director with a dark side, but it's actually not as weird as it seems. Rossellini's father was Italian neo-realist Roberto Rossellini. Her mother of course was Ingrid Bergman. The dark-haired beauty appears to have a thing for directors. She was previously married to Martin Scorsese. The Swedish actress and acclaimed director were together from 1987 to 1991. However, due to their busy schedules, they were often apart. Rossellini was crushed by the breakup. Linda Hamilton and James Cameron. Sparks didn't fly for this couple until the Terminator sequel in 1991, but James Cameron did finally make Linda Hamilton his fourth wife. Interestingly, Cameron, at one point, left Hamilton to be with actress Susie Amos, who had a bit part in the director's 1997 epic Titanic. Eventually, Cameron went back to Hamilton and they had a child together. This time, they stayed married for 8 months. Cameron then decided he wanted to go back to Amos and they eventually got married. Cameron, who is known as a meticulous and driven director, was completely consumed while making Titanic in the mid-90s. After Titanic took home on this town the 11 Academy Awards, Hamilton was asked if the major success would change Cameron. She replied, "He was always a jerk, so there is no way to tell." She did later apologize for that remark and the pair reportedly have a good relationship now. In fact, Cameron announced that the original Sarah Connor, Hamilton, would be returning to the Terminator franchise after over 25 years. Rose McGowan and Robert Rodriguez. B-movie auteur Robert Rodriguez and actress Rose McGowan fell in love while working on Planet Terror in 2007. Rodriguez was married to Elizabeth Evelyn at the time and the couple had 5 children together. Even still, the Sin City director announced their divorce in 2006, after 16 years of marriage. Rodriguez and McGowan remained a couple until 2009. It appears that Rodriguez's failed plans to remake the 1968 movie Barbarella may have had something to do with the split. McGowan, who was set to star in the movie, said publicly that Barbarella had funding but the project did not happen because of the director's reluctance to film abroad. Rodriguez confirmed that he was unwilling to leave the United States for an extended period, but for another reason, his children. Kate Capshaw and Steven Spielberg. The prolific director and actress met on the set of the second Indiana Jones installment, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. However, Spielberg was married to Amy Irving at the time. Capshaw and the Jaws director did eventually hook up and ultimately marry in 1991. Together they have 7 children, 2 from previous marriages, 2 adopted, and 3 between them. When Entertainment Weekly asked Spielberg in 2011 what he thought about Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, the director was candid about his dissatisfaction with the movie, but he clearly was glad that it happened. Christine Taylor and Ben Stiller. The actor, director met future wife Christine Taylor on the set of his 1999 science fiction, spoof television short Heat Vision and Jack. The 30-minute pilot episode starred Jack Black, Owen Wilson, and Taylor. The couple married in 2001 and had 2 children. They went on to co-star in several films together, including Zoolander and Tropic Thunder, both of which were directed by Stiller. The couple announced in 2017 that they were splitting after 17 years. Rachel Weisz and Darren Aronofsky. Rachel Weisz and Darren Aronofsky met on the set of the auteur's mind-bending drama The Fountain. They were together for 9 years and engaged for 5. The pair have a son together named Henry, who was born in 2006. Weisz remarried to James Bond actor Daniel Craig, and Aronofsky began a relationship with another screen siren he met while directing Mother, Jennifer Lawrence. Donna Wilson and Tony Scott. Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman were not the only couple to hook up on the set of Days of Thunder in 1990. English director Tony Scott met future wife Donna Wilson while shooting the NASCAR action movie. The couple wed in 1994 and had twin sons, Max and Frank. They remained married until the True Romance director's tragic suicide in 2012. Helen Mirren and Taylor Hackford. The Academy Award-winning English actress and the Ray director worked together on White Nights in 1985. Their relationship actually got off on the wrong foot when Hackford made Mirren wait for her audition. Mirren confessed that as a young girl, she never thought that she would get married. However, after spending 12 years with Hackford, the couple wed in 1997 when Mirren was 52 years old. It appears that Mirren does not regret her decision. Kate Beckinsale and Lynn Wiseman. Here's another couple whose relationship started out with controversy. Beckinsale and Wiseman fell for each other while working on the 2003 movie Underworld. Beckinsale was dating Michael Sheen at the time, who was also in the movie, and Wiseman was married to Dana, a kindergarten teacher. Beckinsale and Wiseman got together and married just a year later in 2004. However, the relationship did not last. Wiseman filed for divorce in 2016, citing irreconcilable differences. They do not have any children together, but Beckinsale has a daughter from her union with Sheen.